Don't forget to subscribe.
Now that Apple has changed the world of tablet computing with the iPad, they're trying to make it the best it can be with the iPad 2. Thinner and lighter than ever, this tablet runs hundreds of thousands of apps from the iTunes Store and at super fast speeds because of a dual-core A5 processor. Front and rear cameras are also included, so be the first to get the second for $500.
Here it is.
Magical, magical and evolutionary, everybody.
So exciting. Now, it really is thinner than the iPhone 4.
I didn't believe you until just now.
Look,
and
there it
I
is.
just now believed you.
It's also about 30% thinner than the original iPad. Now, a lot of people didn't like how heavy the first iPad was, so this one is about 4 ounces lighter. So is this easier to hold for a long period of time?
Yeah, 4 ounces easier. It is, which, by the way, is noticeable. You know, when this was dropped off, I picked it up and went, oh, holy hell, that is a little bit lighter.
Well, I think it just feels lighter because it's thinner.
And it's 4 ounces lighter. I mean, those two things combined make this feel lighter and thinner than the original iPad. But no, again, it is, holding it for lengthy periods of time, it is a little more comfortable, and it did make me a little sad when I had to go back to my original iPad.
Yeah. Do you think the smart cover is worth $40 or $70 for the leather one?
Do you think the Genius Sheet is good for making your tech device go sleepy time?
I hate this.
Look, when we saw this thing announced, we had little nerd-ons for it. We were really good to go over it because you slap it on, it has magnets, and it just sticks to the cover. Yeah, there we go. And it will stick to it and put it to sleep.
It's
and then
cool in theory.
If you peel it back, it'll wake it up. And so we saw that. You could even do one of these bad boys with it. Hold on, check this out.
Look at that bad boy.
Oh, look, I'm iPadding. But guess what?
It falls off.
It falls off. It's flimsy. When you're holding it, it sort of flaps around, and you kind of do this. And when it does fall off, I almost dropped the iPad 2 3 or 4 times because of this case.
Yeah. And it's very scary. And I like the other case because it protects the back as well.
A lot of people are saying that as well. So listen.
So if you drop it, you're screwed.
Kudos to Apple for selling these things for like $40 and $70, which this is only like $1 worth of material. So kudos, but stay away. If you're getting the iPad,
just
find another case.
Throw it on it.
Yeah. Oh, it's magical. Revolutionary. I launched Google Maps. That's cool.
Now, the dual-core processor is supposed to make it twice as fast and provide up to 9 times better graphics when you're playing games.
And it is noticeably faster. We'll give it that.
Yes.
Launching applications, loading web pages, it's definitely quicker than the original, which we expected. But the system itself is also, if I may, peppier. Yeah.
Ooh,
you notice a little pep in there? Some games are already optimized for the iPad 2, like Infinity Blade and Real Racing 2. They look and play fantastic. The extra horsepower lets them do some anti-aliasing and some tricks that make games look better. And they really lend to the credence and to the claim that the iPad is a full-fledged gaming device. In addition to the e-reading and the internet tableting and the instant messaging and whatnot, this thing is a full-fledged handheld gaming device.
Now, apps like iMovie and GarageBand are designed for the iPad 2 because of its speed.
And they're killer apps, honestly.
They are.
Yeah.
I just tried them for my first time.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I love them both.
Yeah, I
really
agree.
Fun.
iMovie runs
cool.
better than it did on the iPhone 4, and the larger screen is really what makes this app a useful tool. It wasn't the easiest thing on the iPhone small screen, but here you can really pinch and zoom, really edit the photos of your wiener dog. No, it's a guest from hell at best.
You're so mean.
The GarageBand app, though, is a ton of fun on the iPad. The instruments are pressure sensitive to your touch. You can make and edit tracks just like you would on a Mac. Apple's doing a really good job of loading these things with applications that would make other tablets a little jealous.
Now, we finally get front and rear-facing cameras on the iPad, so do they take great pictures like the iPhone 4?
No, not really. They just don't. The rear camera takes good enough pictures. It does record 720p video, but it's not even close to the quality of the iPhone 4. It also doesn't have a flash, which is a bummer because another little tablet that we love called the Zoom does. To give you a reason to hate yourself when the iPad 3 comes out. That's all it is. That's what they do. The Photo Booth app is fun to screw around with, just like it is on any other desktop or any other MacBook.
I'm in love with the Photo Booth app.
Yeah, a lot of people have fun with this one. I just wish they included more filters or something else, because it seems like the same app that we always get. The front camera is only VGA quality, but of course it works fine with FaceTime. And we like FaceTiming on the iPad more than the iPhone, just because of the huge screen. I mean, it's like you're holding a giant communication device, which is fun.
Yeah. Now, Apple also added video output, but you gotta buy an HDMI adapter for an extra $40.
Again.
Should we get that?
A nickel's worth of material, and they're charging $40
but it's
for
Apple.
it. It's ridiculous, and they can get away with it, and it's actually kind of cool. Everything you do on the iPad 2 is mirrored through the HDMI, whereas before, the original iPad would only have video out on certain applications. So you had to launch the app, press a button, and then maybe it would support video out. This thing gives you 1080p, up to 1080p output, no matter what you're doing, which is cool. If you're an educator or if you want to use it as a media center, it's a really good idea to grab one.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it's only 40. I mean, $40 is expensive, but to
This
do all
is
that,
nothing.
No, I know,
This is
but I'm
5 cents
saying,
in tiny
to be
Chinese
able to do all
hands,
that,
putting it
it's
together.
cool.
That's all this is.
It's
not $40.
All right, well, the price hasn't changed, so it's still $500 for the 16 gig.
Do you think this was made in Cupertino? No.
Can I finish?
Please, sorry.
It's still $500 for the 16 gig Wi-Fi version. What's our rating,
So here's the
Mr.
thing.
Pereira?
It's missing a couple of things. The iPad 2 doesn't have some things that the Zoom has. There's no camera flash, which is a bummer. Still no Adobe Flash support. It's never going to happen.
Never.
Well, it will with some software hacks, but never with Apple support. And no expandable storage. So that's a bummer. With that said, at $500, it's still the...
That's a really bad drum roll. Let me try that again.
I thought you were having a seizure. I really thought you might have been seizing. At $500, it's still the best tablet on the market, 5 out of 5.
Yay! I love 5 out of 5.
I want to point this out. Original iPad owners do not need to upgrade, but if you waited to buy, now is the time. The iPad 2 is pretty sweet. There you
Agreed.
go.
I will not upgrade.
There you have it. Sorry, guys. Excuse me, guys.
You're not touching it right.
Try a pinch and zoom.
Damn it!
What you guys doing?
Do you guys have the new iPad? I've got to touch some oleophobic glass, man.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know what these guys are here for. I got it.
Those guys are friends of yours? I mean, the skinny jeans, I guess.
No. I mean, no, it's not. No. You're right. You're right. They do look awesome. But no, these aren't friends. They're clients, so to speak. Guys, you guys want to see a new iPad 2 by any chance?
Yeah, iPad 2.
Yeah, definitely. You got one? Definitely.
Yeah, I might have one. Why don't you follow me over here?
Okay.
Let's go.
I'll follow you anywhere, man.
Morgan, I'll be right back. You see, due to equipment shortages in Asian markets, shipments of the new iPad have been delayed by weeks. But not for D-list celebrities like me. That's why I'm pimping out my iPad 2 at Kevin Pereira's Compassionate Tablet Caregivers. As soon as you get a recommendation from a medical professional, just come on down to our studio's green room and show your ID to our trustworthy security guard. How you doing, Frank? For a nominal fee, you can get your hands all over the iPad 2. Beat those shakes by attaching and removing the new fancy smart cover. Send an email with the signature, "Sent from my iPad 2," so everyone thinks you bought one. Or write a song for your hipster collective musical experience with GarageBand. Okay, buddy, time's up.
But I haven't even finished looping in my John Cage sample.
Frank, we got a clinger.
No.
Frank.
No. I didn't even get to play Angry Birds. I'll do anything, Kevin.
So if you need a tablet computing experience, and your money's good, come on down to Kevin Pereira's Compassionate Tablet Caregivers. We'll be open until the supply chain is restored or the county decides to shut us down. So get here fast!
Kevin Pereira's Steve Jobs. Angry Birds. Not valid in Delaware.